Good morning and welcome to the daily cyber briefing for Thursday, the 20th of March. Uh, Hopefully, I'll survive to the end of this one. Right, I'm Stephen Ridgway. WhatsApp has fixed a 0-day flaw that has been used to deploy the Paragon Graphite spyware. WhatsApp has had a bit of a spat with Paragon over this, and I think WhatsApp has taken Paragon to court over deployment of spyware via WhatsApp. It's a so the Paragon's graphite spyware is a zero-click piece of spyware that it's developed in Israel. It's commercial. It's what's described as a commercial surveillance tool. The issue, obviously, is that deploying malware via WhatsApp is in breach of all sorts of things WhatsAppy, and so there is an ongoing lawsuit regarding that. Good thing, in my personal opinion. But in the meantime, WhatsApp has addressed the vulnerability which has been demonstrated to be used by this particular tool. There is also information out there which is now publicly available that you can use in order to identify whether you may have been targeted by this particular piece of spyware. So it's not particularly stealthy piece of spyware anymore. Overall, one has to, we've discussed this a little bit around, is it a good or bad thing? I think law enforcement agencies obviously do need to be able to target criminals, but I don't think that these commercial organisations are providing law enforcement with the means of doing this stuff out of the goodness of their hearts. I think they would sell their, well, I was going to say, they'd sell their grandmothers for a quick buck, but there we go. Not a great fan of commercial spyware. So well done to WhatsApp for at least challenging this stuff. Make law enforcement actually enforce the law without breaching the rights of ordinary citizens, in my personal opinion. I'm off on one again, aren't I? Right, let's move on. IBM. This is an interesting one. Hands up who remembers OS AIX. Yeah, my hand's in the air. I remember it. I haven't used it for a very long time. Apparently, amazingly, it is still in use in some organisations. A couple of vulnerabilities that have been announced, one of which scores a CVSS score of 10. These have now been patched. So if you are one of the 9,000 odd organisations who allegedly still use AIX, you should by now, I think, have updated to deal with these things. But if you haven't, if it's slipped you by, if AIX is lurking in a corner of your data center somewhere and you've sort of forgotten about it or prefer not to prod it, well, now is the time. The vulnerabilities affect NIM, which is a manager for AIXIS installations. So consequently, could be fairly serious if you are running mission critical stuff on an AIX estate. And it is also known that AIX is targeted by Chinese espionage groups, mainly because the only places that still use it are places that have got tend to have very specific requirements for an operating system like AIX. It tends to be mission critical stuff, and it tends to be stuff which, as we know, the great Chinese Hoover wants to suck up almost everything it can possibly get anywhere near. And so interesting stuff running on AIX is definitely a target. Anyway, look, enough. I'm waffling now. So if you're running AIX, watch out for these. They will bite you if you're not careful, but patches are available. And finally, from me today, bit of a telling off. I think 70% of leaked secrets remain active 2 years after they were leaked. We can do better than this, can't we, guys? Come on. The point of having all this information, all this, we go to a great deal of trouble in the industry to try to keep on top of what needs to be done. We talk a lot about secure architectures, a lot about things like don't keep your credentials in clear text somewhere where somebody can download them, blah, blah, blah. But really, if you credentials, if codes, if secrets have been leaked, leaving them unchanged for 2 years is just verging on the negligent. Come on, guys, we can do better than this. Right, that's enough from me for today. I hope you have a good Thursday. It's supposed to be the warmest day of the year in Britain today, so that'll be nice. And I will speak to you all again